yesterday, and the good news is that it's live pictures looking down on the Court Central at the Monte Carlo Country Club here. With the, take two, I think we're on now. Perfect. He'll be a little happier. Always says he plays a little better when the sun is shining on his back. And here's the man who is a resident of these parts. Good news as well, because looking around us here in the commentary box, we're some way up into the east of us, where the rain came in from. Much brighter skies all around, and the rain that had hit us has now sort of gone to the west across the main area of Monte Carlo, and fingers crossed, that's all we can say. Do expect a shower or two this afternoon, but hopefully we will be okay. What would players do in that half an hour?
It's quite a tricky one, actually, because they weren't sure how long that break was going to be for. But I would imagine they would have just had a quick change of clothes, and I don't think they would have eaten much. Maybe just made sure they'd stay hydrated, kept warm, maybe just in the gym and on the bike, generally just relaxing, keeping themselves in the zone.
See where the rain has gone to as the camera pans east. That's where it's much brighter. And the camera going over towards Italy, that direction. If you keep going as far as you can over there, you'll eventually hit Italy. France behind us to the north.
Quiero cambiar tu recibo. Quiero cambiar algo. No. So we have new balls for the, yeah. Okay, so good continuation and have a good match. Thank you, good match.
So we understand they're going to be able to do a full warm-up. New balls. Balls would have been soggy, wouldn't they? So players were off court for 43 minutes in total. All set once more for Djokovic against Nadal for the 34th time in their careers. That's their routes through so far. Djokovic having struggled early in the tournament with the ankle, and his opponents, to be fair, usually played really well in the first match, and then we've got a 51-minute semi-final win against Fognini, who was a little injured himself, and then Nadal having led by a set and 5-2 40 love yesterday. Tsonga came roaring back in that match, and it was a tremendous run of winners from the Frenchman. Nadal hanging on to win in a tie-break second set. A relief, I would imagine, for Nadal at the end of that one. So the 25-year-old, who, as we were saying, has not won this title yet, has made every effort possible to be here as well, because for some time it looked as though he would not be able to make it here. The injury that he sustained playing for Serbia in Idaho, the ankle injury that was very nasty, kept him off court for some time, and as he said, he really hasn't been able to practice that much. That's probably been more than anything else the issue. Only had about an hour or so's, couple of days worth of an hour or so's practices out here in this particular venue before he was able to give himself the green light to play. And conflicting reports as just to how severe the injury was, but as we were saying, really no sign of it in the last couple of matches.
No, there's been a marked improvement from Djokovic. With him, it's all about his movement. It's all the way he gets around that court, defends, attacks, and you know, if you haven't got your legs underneath you, you're going to struggle. But I think more so than anything, mentally, he kind of accepted, yeah, you know what, I'm a little bit hurt, but I can still get through these matches. And yesterday, you know, he was in excellent form. 56
career finals Novak Djokovic has had. This is his 24th Masters 1000 final, as we just talk about the route through the dropping a set against Eugenie in Monaco. Monaco played well in that first set. I think it was a set and a break, wasn't he, Monaco, but couldn't see it through. Nieminen had a fantastic week, beating Juan Martín del Potro, among others. And then that comfortable win, the easiest win of the week yesterday against Fabio Fognini. Rafa Nadal 26 years of age. This is really, in so many ways, where it all kicks off for him as far as his year goes. Started a little bit earlier, of course, having had those 8 months out of the game, returning to play the South American swing and winning surprisingly, I think, to many people in Indian Wells. That was just a fantastic effort to win there in the desert, and then took that a little bit of time off after skipping Miami, as we see the ranking down at number 5 now. Of course, he's the number 2 ranked Spaniard as well, with Ferrer presently at number 4. He'll stay that way even if he wins here, because he is the defending champion. And a man who has spent over 100 weeks at number 1. 102 weeks this guy spent at number 1. 22 Masters 1000 titles for Nadal. That's more than any other player in the history of the sport. One ahead of Federer, who's 121, and there's the win-loss record. There's wins in Indian Wells. How have you seen his week so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. You can see by the results, first couple of rounds, he played very well. He came a little unstuck against Grigor Dimitrov. Dimitrov really got under his skin, I think. Just tactically played him very smart. Using that slice of his, and he just looked a little unsettled. But you know what, when you're playing against Nadal, and he is under a lot of pressure, and you know, it comes to a situation where what man's going to come through these situations more often than not, you always got to back Nadal.
1914. Remarkably, this is the 34th meeting. Just to put that into context, in the history of this sport, if today they will tie McEnroe and Connors and Sampras and Agassi, who played, I say only played 34 times. Now, if you think these two are, what, halfway through their careers, if that, perhaps Nadal a little more. These two could end up playing 50 times.
Yeah, I mean, I was so surprised, actually, when I read that this morning, because obviously Sampras and Agassi, they just were around forever. And you would have thought they would have played more times than what they have, but it just shows you how dominant, you know, these top guys have been the last few years, Djokovic and Nadal.
Good man in the chair, Mohamed Layani. Big personality. I wonder if we can just hear from Sam Gore, who's sitting courtside.
You certainly can. I went from being a cursed man to a blessed man, as it is absolutely beautiful down here right now. There is no wind whatsoever. The sun is now baking this court, which I would assume would help Nadal a little bit. Court's really not that heavy because they got the covers on it very quickly, so it did not take on a lot of moisture.
Thanks, Sam. And best seat in the house today, Sam Gore. Right courtside. You talk about the conditions perhaps favouring Nadal, Sam, and you would expect that, wouldn't you? Because the court, as you say, just becoming a little bit more baked, and we've seen how well he plays. He always says he plays well when the sun is shining. How warm is it down there, Sam?
I would say, if I'm talking Fahrenheit, I would say it's probably close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very comfortable. I mean, really, we went from absolutely awful conditions. The temperature dropped when the rain came through, and it has heated back up to where this is one of the better days now to play, actually, as long as the rain stays away.
And Novak's ankle, Sam, any a little look at that? Is he looking okay?
He walked out onto the court, and I've been seeing him walk out all week, and today, just his demeanor, he seems to be the most confident I've seen him. I really felt like he was very confident looking on his face. Almost had a smirk as he was getting his changeover area ready, as if to say, I've got something for Nadal today, so we'll have to wait and see.
Thanks, Sam. We'll be touching base with Sam throughout the match as well. And that is what we're playing for. It's a trophy that Rafa Nadal has had his hands on 8 years in a row. Djokovic has had the opportunity twice to take that off him. 2 finals. Yet to beat him here. Of course, Djokovic having beaten him in the finals in Madrid and Rome in 2011. Last year the tables were turned though. Nadal found a way to combat what Djokovic was throwing at him. And I think that is what makes this so fascinating. It almost feels like it's 1 year all on clay.
Novak, we have one wet, I put the new ball.
Should be a great final. Nick Lester alongside Arvin Palmer. We've got Djokovic and Nadal in front of us. And the sun is shining. 50 minutes or so from when we were due to kick off. If you're watching in North America, I'm sure you'll be glad for the extra sleep. Good to have you along. Didn't live up to the billing this one last year. It was Nadal that was all over Djokovic. Will it be a different story today?
Au service, Novak Djokovic. Ready? Play. Against 0. 15 love.
Obvious signs of early aggression from Djokovic. Nice combination of shots on both those 2 points.
To be bullied around. We can see, as Arvin said, Djokovic clearly coming out to try and take the ascendancy. It's exactly what he did. I was watching the videos this morning of those finals in Rome and Madrid. It was just incredible how Nadal was rocked by Djokovic so often. Djokovic dictating the play for so many of those rallies on clay, like perhaps no player had been able to do in the past.
And not many players can live with Nadal from the back of the court on a clay court especially, but Djokovic is certainly one of the players that can now.
He was playing this morning. That was His Serene Highness. Was playing some doubles with Guy Forget, and there's his wife to his right.
Sure. Djokovic.
An ideal beginning for Novak Djokovic. What do you think changed last year? How was Nadal, again, something we talked a little bit about, didn't we? How was Nadal able to turn the tables on Djokovic last year?
I think where I think Nadal has struggled against Djokovic in the fact that when he plays him, we've already seen evidence early on in that first game from Djokovic, the way he's able to step up and kind of take the ball on the rise and get that first strike in. And I think Nadal has realised that certainly against him, he can't afford to just kind of put the ball back in court, can't afford to not hit with a good length. And, you know, he's going to have to go for his shots a little bit more than what you'd normally see. You can see that the fighting qualities are there every single time from Nadal, but I think he just, for him, has to go for it a little bit more himself.
Service, Rafael Nadal.
Nick Djokovic trying to take a hold of the rally early on.
15 love.
Yeah, much flatter hit from Djokovic. He's always trying to hit the ball through the court. Rafa's trying to get that ball up nice and high, get it in an awkward position.
Genza, 15 off.
46 consecutive match wins at this particular club. Only lost 7 sets as well in the 8 years. In the 9 years, excuse me, of course, this being the 9th year. Dimitrov was the 7th man, and the 7th. Took the 7th set off Nadal.
13, 15.
Bjorn Borg, former resident here, loves coming down here to watch this event. 3-time champion.
Just a little bit of a disappointing miss there from Djokovic.
40, 30.
Wasn't really under any stress.
Yeah, I talked about his serene highness playing it on. This chap was the umpire, of all things. Ilie Nastase was in the chair this morning. Having a bit of fun.
This is what causes Nadal so many problems, is the shots down the line from Djokovic. He really can change the pace. So consistent when he pulls the trigger. Nadal's family always make the trip to this particular event. This is a long-term girlfriend. Oh. Maybe if you're a resident here, you get a bit more luck than if you're not.
Égalité, use.
good play. Authoritative play from Nadal. You come into Djokovic's backhand and easy to get stung off that side, but a good close from Nadal there.
Certainly one area of his game, he said he's trying to look to improve. Net play.
What a great reaction from that little boy. Defense from the serve. Nadal being made to work very hard here.
And it's just not a case of just getting the ball back. It's got to be hit with some conviction. He knows if it's not deep enough, it's not, quality's not there, it's going to be punished.
Avantage, Djokovic.
Caught the line, and Nadal, I think, was a little unsure as he took his swing, but on the line it was. So it's first blood here to Novak Djokovic.
Djokovic mène 2-0. 2 games to love. Thoughts? Yep.
Just excellent use of the backhand again from Djokovic, really finding his range on that side nice and early, and that's the advantage he has against Nadal. He's able to still step in when Rafa's getting that ball nice and high. Doesn't seem to bother him.
So well done, isn't it? It's so pre-planned. That's exactly what he's doing there. Wherever that return goes, he's waiting for it cross court.
30 love.
So we see Elena first. One thing when you do attack, if you don't get it right and you're coming forward, you do leave yourself a little bit exposed.
Didn't quite get hold of that one, did he, Nick? Just a little miss it. Nadal punishing.
One before to come back. He just sort of had to adjust his body. Also slipped almost. I think wasn't quite expecting to see the one before return. Just put him off his stride. Sam Gore, of course, I talked earlier on about how he had a look in his eye, Novak Djokovic, at the start of this match, and that hasn't left him so far. Very strong start.
Use.
What a strike.
Well, it just seems Djokovic, if he's given a target right now, if he's given an area to hit into aggressively, he's going to go for it. Obviously backing himself, and one of those occasions.
The Djokovic aggression early on here. This has been such a good start from the world number one, looking so assured. A clear game plan, and Nadal's got problems at the start of this match. It's 3-love here.
But you're doing very a little bit quicker to the base, and we'll always make it. Thank you.
Interesting conversation. Mohamed Laali just informing Novak Djokovic of how he's doing in the time between points, and just telling him, as you probably picked up there, he's doing very well.
Time.
Well, players, it seems, are wanting to know at the change of ends as to where they stand, so they don't get caught unawares, don't get caught cold, if you like. This guy has been a little caught cold here so far.
Yeah, he needs to get himself on the board right now, because Djokovic, you can see his reaction after holding that previous service game. Man on a mission.
If you're sitting at home and you're on Twitter, you can drop us a line here in the commentary box. We're courtside at Nick Lester. Best way to do it. Love 3. Anything Nadal's got to change up here?
No, I don't think he's got to change too much. I think he's got to try and set up the points exactly what he just did there in that last one. Just try and get his forehand a little bit more involved, keep Djokovic at bay. Djokovic off balance throughout that point. Whenever Djokovic has allowed the time to step in, balance and strike the ball, I think that's where he struggles, Nadal, to react, because it's such a clean hit from Djokovic. But that time, playing on his own terms.
Beautiful forehand down the line from the Spaniard.
Kids. 30-15.
Fantastic week here in Monte Carlo. It really has. A press conference this morning with tournament director. He's also Kranilovic, again just confirming that numbers here this week have been very similar to last year, and 127,000 people have packed into this club over the last week. Indicative really of what we've seen so far. Djokovic just one step ahead.
Again, the majority of those shots from Djokovic just balanced on every single one, stepping in, full control, reading the play. I have to say, Nadal just a little unlucky that catching the top of the tape.
Same story. I wonder if we can just throw it down a sand door, courtside. Sam, what do you got for us?
Guys, one thing I'm noticing, I'm sitting almost on the playing surface, and Nadal's ball is not jumping. It is right in Djokovic's strike zone. He's not been able to get it up high to Novak, and that is really hurting him.
Interesting. Chance for a 4-love lead. Too good, and he's forcing Nadal into those sorts of shots, and the shrug of the shoulders from Nadal at the end of that rally told you a lot. He's got some serious problems here because Djokovic incredibly leads 4-love.
They're getting no joy from the back of the court. Nadal, what Sam said there was exactly right. Part of his game is getting that ball up high in awkward positions for his opponents, and not the case Djokovic today.
You remember he led 4-love in the final in Madrid a couple of years ago, Djokovic.
15 love.
Expect Nadal to come roaring back here.
Enza, 15-0.
Only Guillermo Coria has beaten Nadal at this venue. Look at that. That's a very interesting statistic, isn't it? So every trick in the book right now.
Well, you know, if a player's feeling comfortable and confident against Nadal, they start serving volleying. Don't often see that tactic from Djokovic. Can afford to take a couple more risks. Double break up.
Dickens, 14-15. Joe.
5 games in to this final here. 5 games have been won by the Serb.
Djokovic made the
Perhaps unsurprisingly, in their 34th meeting, the previous 33, there has never been a love set won by either man between these two, but that is what is staring at us right now.
I'm not sure what odds he would have got for a love set in this match.
Djokovic dominating so far.
Look at that reaction from Djokovic after another backhand winner up the line. He wants more.
He allowed Nadal 12 points so far. Quite extraordinary. Oh, this is quite phenomenal. Djokovic has come to the party to play.
A swing from the hip. He's so sharp this afternoon.
Hasn't lost a love set on clay since Hamburg, when he lost to Federer, when he played Federer in Hamburg some years ago.
This is what he's had to do, Nadal. Very few points he has won. Look at that, outside of the entire court, finding the line.
That is a very interesting number you can see on the screen there. How early Djokovic is taking the ball compared to everyone else this week. 22-centimetre difference. Djokovic is taking that ball out of the air that much earlier, and he's just dictated from get-go here. He has not let Nadal settle in the slightest. And we're on for a little bit of the unthinkable here. Astonishing. Djokovic, 2 set points.
Carlo, 30-14.
Yes, needed that. And it's sort of run so clear as well. I think everyone's just in shock here. There was no reaction. A very clear vamos from this man. Pride taking a bit of a beating right now. Brilliant balance as well from Djokovic. That's what makes it so tremendous.
It's just incredible. Sorry, Nick. So far behind the baseline on this final backhand from Djokovic. I mean, this was a great shot from Nadal down the line. Had good depth, good power, but Djokovic has got all the answers right now.
Égalité. Use.
Had a chance with that forehand.
Avantage
Do enough.
Djokovic.
Set point. Once more.
Égalité. Use.
It's worth just underlining, I mean, 3 players ever have bageled Nadal on clay. Coria, Gaudio, and Federer. Again, Djokovic just in total control. 143 kilometres an hour, that last backhand win.
Nadal just unable to hurt Djokovic right now. He looks so comfortable. Balanced on everything.
Out. Égalité. Use.
It's too good. So used to having things all his own way on this particular court.
Avantage
Trying to really
Nadal.
swim against the tide here.
Joe.
One of the easiest shots in the set. And Djokovic misses, but listen to the applause in here.
Well, it's tough to know what Nadal can do right now against Djokovic. It's all him right now. And to rely on the errors from Djokovic, and there really hasn't been many at all.
5 games to 1.
Yes, he may be from Manacor, but there's a bit of Monaco in him as well after all these achieved at this venue. Serving for the set.
There's no other option, Nadal, but to attack.
Love 15.
Pretty much first 6 games, just put the ball in play, and that's not going to get it done. Got to go after it.
Sitting courtside. What are you seeing, Sam?
Just to follow up on what you were saying, Arvin, I think Nadal is a surreal experience, but he's got to forget almost he's on clay, because The ball is just not getting up high. Djokovic is staying low. And therefore, I think he's got to go for the first strike a little more to at least break Djokovic out of this rhythm.
Set hot. 15-30.
Here from Djokovic, and Nadal's defence just fending off the Djokovic attack for once.
You can never write Nadal off. This is the one thing, in my opinion, he reigns superior over anyone else. His ability to hang around and fight his way back.
So, a bit of a letdown game from Novak Djokovic. He's still some way ahead here, but that'll give Nadal some positive energy, something he hasn't had a lot of so far. 5-2
Djokovic
for the world number one.
Men. 5 jeux à 2, 5 games to 2.
Nadal does manage to turn this around and win. He'll win his 39th clay court title. That will move him to within one of Thomas Muster and the open era of clay court title leaders. Muster bagged 40 in his career.
Time.
That man won 30 beyond Borg, along with Manuel Orantes. The leader of the pack, though, on the clay, as I'm sure you're well aware, is Guillermo Diaz, who won 45 titles in his career. Djokovic running for his 37th title on all surfaces.
Love 15.
Times in the opening 42 minutes he's been able to really turn the tables in a rally. That was tremendous.
In many ways hitting himself out of problems in this rally, Nadal. You could just feel Djokovic was trying to turn the screw. Nadal just had enough though. Only his 7th winner.
What he got for a sitting courtside.
Guys, one of the things that is benefiting Nadal is the sun. The court is drying out, and so he's getting more action on his ground stroke, whereas that ball was staying very low to start the set. He's getting it up higher now because the court is taking to that spin so much better.
That's one area of Nadal's game that doesn't seem to bother Djokovic, is that serve. He just deals with that lefty, spinny serve so comfortably. Able to just put it inches from the baseline.
Turn games won is Djokovic, winning at 34% of opponents' service games. Number might be about to get a little bit better. Set point once more here.
On the line. Now on the line. What? No. It's on. Yeah.
So intense today, Djokovic, isn't he? Shoots the single point and see. That was a mile, but just that has that almost bullying on the outside.
Just doesn't want to give anything away. He wants to keep Rafa behind the 8 ball. Suffocated him for time throughout this first set.
Djokovic.
The momentum.
This is set point number 7 for the top seed.
Égalité. Use.
It would seem today. Novak Djokovic, still a long way to go. But he gives himself another chance to win the set. For the first time in a final here in Monte Carlo, Rafa Nadal drops the first set and is going to have to play comeback tennis. Djokovic halfway towards a first Monte Carlo Rolex Masters title. 6-2. Sam Gore, sitting courtside, what do you got for us?
Novak Djokovic is very intense. You can just feel it down here on the court. He was desperate to close that set out. I mean, a lot of reactions from him, and Nadal has been somewhat subdued in this first set. He still has the tape on his back. He won't talk about that, Nadal. He says that's normal just because of, you know, him not having played very much, and he's got some aches and pains, but I think Djokovic could start to feel the conditions starting to favor Nadal a little bit more towards the end of that set, and he wanted to get out of that set quickly to at least get in Nadal's head that he was down a set.
So for the first time in 7 years, Rafa Nadal has lost the first set of a match in Monte Carlo. That's, again, just to put into context his dominance here. That was against Gaston Gaudio. That was 35 matches ago. If you're wondering where we get all these great stats, thanks to good work by our man Steph Trudell downstairs, doing a fantastic job as always. As we look down on the main stage.
Djokovic.
Really has looked as though he's not going to leave this place without a win. We'll see though.
He
really has found the balance, Djokovic, from the back of the court. He's able to stay in those longer rallies. He's able to finish as well, so well. Relentless from Djokovic, and midway through that rally, stepping into that backhand.
Better. And a few backhands he's hit with purpose down the line.
1-15.
Such a big arse for Nadal to be able to hit those type of shots. Tommy Haas in the house.
He turns 35 in April, which will be very soon. May even just have turned 35. was the last man, of course, to beat Novak Djokovic as well a few weeks ago.
40-15.
Well, he continues to orchestrate proceedings, Novak Djokovic, in a manner perhaps that no other man has done against Nadal on clay. 1-0.
Deuxième manche. First game.
Djokovic continues to dictate from the back, play from the back of the court, and just seems to be changing direction of the ball at will. And there's just a graphic there, Hawkeye showing how well he's doing that on the backhand side, backhand down the line. It's been so effective over the years against Djokovic, and look at that, nearly half his shots from the backhand side down that line to Nadal. Very tough to react to, hitting the ball very cleanly as Djokovic, and very tough to chase down.
Thank you for your tweets. I do get to read all of them here in the commentary box. Apologies that we don't get to mention that many of them, but I am reading them as they come in. And most of you are, a lot of you are in awe of what Djokovic is doing so far. What has this man got there in return? Found a way to combat Djokovic last year on this surface. After he was wounded for much of 2011. This is as stiff a test on this court he's perhaps ever faced. Talk about competitors in the sport. We often relate this guy to Paul, to Connors, two of the greatest competitors ever to be on a tennis court, ever to hold a racket. Those guys are not beaten until they shook hands every single time. He's the same. Don't expect him to lie down.
Such a crucial game, this for Rafa. He needs to stay in touch early on in the second set. Saw what Djokovic did in the first. And he got a little daylight in the score. Just brewing confidence. He needs to put a little bit of scoreboard pressure on here. He was able to keep Djokovic on the move and way behind that baseline. Very few times he's been able to do that.
To be fair, his best game of the match so far. It's Nadal, the last left-hander to finish #1 in the Emirates ATP rankings. Nadal for once opening some space up in the court.
0-15. Love 15.
did feel Nadal had control of that point there.
Kenza,
Still just
15.
a little too hot to handle for Djokovic, but the error in the end. Disappointing.
Nadal throwing the kitchen sink at Djokovic, and is this the start of the comeback?
He did well to stay in that point, Djokovic. I thought Nadal went back into that backhand side a couple of times, too many. He was able to keep his nerve, though, towards the end of that point. Small chance now.
He's got him. And is this the start of something special for Nadal here? Just a little bit of momentum building, you feel, for the Spaniard.
Notable change of gear from Rafa. He knows it's going to take something special to get back into this match. Backhand pass down the line. Struck so well.
Best atmosphere of the day so far.
Welcome relief there for Djokovic. 3 point.
30-40.
Take the one on down the line a little earlier in the rally. There seemed to be a gap there, but he chose not to. When he did try it, it didn't happen for him.
A little bit of indecision maybe on this last shot. High part of the net. It was pretty low when he struck it. Probably best to go cross court on that one. Just Djokovic with the most incredible defense.
Avantage.
Just able to get himself out of so many positions where you just think, how on earth is he going to get this back with any sort of quality?
Games of the match, but sadly then it comes to nothing. Djokovic holds on. It proves to be pivotal. We'll see under the sun here in Monte Carlo. He's a set and 2-1 to the good.
Djokovic min.
One of the most intimate settings on the ATP World Tour, the Monte Carlo Country Club, first opened here in 1927. Angela Rippon, television presenter back in the UK. Originally this venue was opened in 1893. The first Monte Carlo Country Club opened in 1893. That was just behind the Hotel de Paris, which is a couple of kilometres from here, or a kilometre and a half or so from here. It outgrew its venue back then, and it's been here since 1927. Temporary stadium, of course, 11,000 people packed in here. It'd be amazing, I think 11,000 people in here. The population of Monaco is 36,000. Put things into context. Of course, so many people come from Italy and France, right on the borders here. Treated to a fine week.
Well watched from Nadal. He likes to keep going into the Djokovic backhand here, but that creates a space down the line here. Gives him the opportunity to pull the trigger.
Kenza. 15-0.
Seen Nadal, plenty of errors off his backhand side. 14 compared to the 4 on the forehand. So desperate to keep up the intensity levels. Every single miss is greeted with a look of disdain.
It's almost a surprise, isn't it, when he misses a ball like that? Djokovic gets so used to seeing him so many quality balls.
Missed it. No, he hasn't. Djokovic has given it to him. Caught the line. Well, back of the line indeed. Couldn't really stay in touch at all in the first set, but he's doing it in the second.
Good job from Rafa. Just, you can tell in a way he's just forgotten what happened in that first set. He's got to put that to one side and almost pretend like it never happened.
Love 15.
Amazing to think, talked about how many times these two have played. This is the 16th final between these two alone.
Kenza, 15 all.
Good depth there from Rafa in that point. Kept Djokovic from stepping in, pushed him back.
His balance, he loses concentration, I'm not sure. Something put him off, perhaps. With an uncharacteristic error.
Well, perhaps just a little bit of an awkward position in the court. He was in the tram lines when hitting that. When you're in that sort of position, you've got to get a real good strike from the ball. Almost got to hit it for a winner. So exposed in the open court.
I believe he's missed that. I mean, it was only a matter of inches away, but
high part of the net, and you're trying to finish from there, you're going to have to hit up.
it's wide, and is Djokovic just looking a little bit weary out here? Maybe. We'll see. Is that going to be a sea change in this match? Nadal has the lead with a break, having lost the first. Just a little look at Rafa's strings there. Of course, world number 1, world number 5 on court. The world number 2 was here earlier on as well. Andy Murray, who's hanging around in Monte Carlo. He was practicing on the outside court this morning for a good couple of hours with Ivan Lendl and Jez Green, his team, doing some pretty hard work, I can tell you, as well as Murray. He was an early loser this week, and he will hang around in this part of the world for a few more days to get some more practice. Of course, he will drop down to number 3 in the world on Monday. Roger Federer will go back to number 2. Nearly as windy as it was yesterday here. Relatively calm. How calm is Djokovic right now? Rafa with the break.
Well, he's worked so hard to get this break in the second set. I'm going to throw it away straight away. A loose point to begin this game.
More and more points being played on Nadal's terms right now. That there, I can tell you, is Felix Baumgartner. And if you're not sure who he was the gentleman who skydived from space a few months ago, remember? 120,000 feet, was it? Rings a bell.
Pretty special thing what he did. Unbelievable.
38.
An Austrian, of course. Never forget the moment he toppled on the edge. I think millions of people toppled with him as well.
Djokovic off balance. Couldn't quite get his footing. Nadal quick to realise, back behind.
Got him. Nadal again coming back. Djokovic just a little bit shy here. This approach.
Always a risk when coming in against Nadal. Give him a target. And a running forehand often spells good news from Nadal.
Use.
Nadal's second ace of the afternoon.
Avantage, Nadal.
Nadal extends the advantage.
Be able to hit that angle as well from back there. That's what's so extraordinary, the width on this backhand. Nadal unable to even react to that one. Gets it at a good height below the shoulders. That's got to be one of his favourite plays against Nadal's. Serve out wide and then looks so controlled on the backhand down the line.
It's Victoria Silvstedt, glamour model from Sweden. I saw Bono last night, local restaurant.
Djokovic.
So it's Nadal who leads with a break in this second set, having lost the first.
Nadal mène 4 jeux à 3, 4 games to 3.
Nadal trying to defend his fortress here, and a fortress it has certainly been, but it's a fortress that is under fire.
Time.
To work a couple of times this week. Dimitrov in the quarters. Extremely close contest, and yesterday Tsonga came roaring back at it.
Zero games of 15.
Djokovic gets him again, and this time he had to play a little bit of defence, but was happy to do so.
Again, just dropping the ball a little bit short. Rafa in the middle of this point, not enough on the quality of the shot. And there's Djokovic that stepped in. Always happy to take the ball on and take the initiative.
6 points in a row. He's the first player to do that this week, to win 6 points in a row against the Spaniard.
Good was that return from Djokovic.
Just not hit his backhand with much conviction today, Nadal, has he? And it was the same there again. 2 break points. And the little bit of momentum that Nadal had built up at the start of this set has been firmly wrestled back on serve.
It's almost as if he knows he can go into the Rafa backhand and it's not going to hurt him. Happy to trade with him. And then eventually it was Rafa that just tries to overpress, goes closer and closer to the lines. The targets become a lot smaller and eventually you're going to miss.
mark, at the mark, yeah. Yep.
Nothing going his way.
Can't see.
Looks as if he got a little tucked up on that backhand. So good at change direction, Djokovic. Found the line.
Round 10, 13-15.
Good spell for Djokovic here. It's one of those forehands that just sort of draws a gasp from the crowd as it leaves his racket. Sadly for him, there's been few and far between.
Yeah, definitely pulling the trigger there, and Djokovic, full stretch, nearly got that one back. And there's a combination again from Djokovic. The good out wide serve. And takes control with the forehand.
40-30.
He's gone out wide on the juice, but he's only lost one as we see Felix Baumgartner again. Man who dropped from some 39 kilometres from the sky a few months ago. Not sure I could drop 39 metres. He can't make it. He's set it up so well. Indicative of the match in many regards. And Nadal comes up short, and Djokovic is a game away from ending this 8-year hold Nadal's had on this event. So is this man about to make a little bit of history here? 46 match wins in a row. His opponent has won on at this venue. It's been a procession in April, really, for Nadal. It wasn't always a case of was he going to win, it was be by how many he was going to win by. But the Serbian been unwilling to be just another statistic. Could write himself into the tennis record books here. Nadal serving to stay in this final. just missed as well.
A lot of players may have let this one drop. No, they missed such a sitter on the previous one. Not Nadal, though. Good first point. I think he was trying to draw Djokovic in there with that backhand, but Djokovic on the backhand side is just able to still get so much power low down.
Kicking himself there. He knows that was just a regulation backhand, really. But he's put a lot into this match. And
It just looks as if he's just caught it a little late. Not clean out the middle. Unusual for him. I don't think Nadal could have hit this backhand pass any better. It was landing on the line, but it was a great court position from Djokovic here. Look where he is, covering that line.
So not to be for Djokovic this time around. Carlos Costa. And the glass is there. Oh, he's picked him off. And for once, Djokovic just slipping and sliding at the back of the court.
No question that this court is starting to dry out. When it dries out, it's a little tougher to move on. Can't push off as quick. Recovery takes a fraction longer.
That's a big let-off. Because Djokovic really, when he attacked there, didn't find any width for once.
He just overspun that forehand. Needed to hit through it a little bit more.
Change of pace doing the trick for Nadal. They're not the prettiest slices you're ever going to see, are they? Almost look a little agricultural at times as he hits them, but I tell you what, it had the desired effect.
That time it was Djokovic trying to generate all the pace. Couldn't quite get enough quality behind them.
It's wide! Whoa. I think it was a slightly mistimed return, wasn't it? And that's what Djokovic is complaining about.
Yeah, when you get a little bit of a miss hit off the return, it reacts off the court, and then Djokovic in turn hits it. You can see that was right at the top of his racket.
I can't believe it, can he? When he's saying he framed it. Doesn't matter. It's break points here. It's wide! Djokovic can't believe it. He wants this check. Nadal's having none of it, but wide it is. And Nadal's decade of dominance here in Monte Carlo. He's not going to let it slip without a fight. It's game on here. Nadal will serve for the second set. Well, there's a real hump inside the Monte Carlo Country Club at the moment.
Time.
Seemed to get the pattern of play just right there, didn't he? And a couple of points, as Arden was just saying, that short slice, drawing the backhand cross court, and really allowed him to rip his forehand down the line, and it caught Djokovic on the back foot more often than not. Will he persist with it? We shall see. He has the initiative here, though. Can he see this set through? This set. But this is a bad start to the game.
30.
Such good depth on that return. Inches from the baseline, just rushing Nadal. sooner had he landed off that serve, that ball's back on him.
Clinical game from Djokovic, spurred into action by his having had his serve broken, and that gentleman is very fired up.
Fighting fire with fire. Come out, all guns blazing this game. Doesn't want to get drawn into those long rallies, trying to finish at the first opportunity.
Can you believe it? And we're into a tiebreak. 4 tiebreaks played this year by Rafa Nadal. He is 2-2 so far. As for Djokovic, he's played 9 breakers so far in 2013, and he's won 6 of them.
Just a little bit of a bad bounce there on the serve of Djokovic, kept very low.
1-0, Djokovic.
Rafa unable to react.
Not used to being under so much pressure watching her son on this very court. First blood to Djokovic.
2-0, Djokovic.
A run of 6 points in a row for the second time in the match for the serve. He almost took a tumble there.
Kind of caught his side of his foot in the clay.
Djokovic.
Slide. Thankfully okay.
A rally that Nadal at no point in that exchange has he got any kind of foothold, any kind of footing, and has got anything positive.
Djokovic.
Djokovic keeping him on the move, can't settle, can't really get a good hit on the ball. Moving backwards on most of those shots.
this man's 9-year reign, 8-year reign. Of course, this a 9th. His hold on this tournament is hanging by his fingernails right now.
He's just been forced to go for the lines, forced to go for the big shots, and Djokovic refuses to give an inch. 8 of the last points Djokovic's way.
Well wide. Off a pretty regulation sort of forehand, to be honest, from Nadal.
I think Djokovic has done a good job in this tiebreak, just keeping the ball in and some decent length, good pressure, and Nadal has started to cough up some errors in the tiebreak.
'81 straight wins in the month of April for Rafael Nadal. 46 straight wins at this venue. Is it about to come to an end? It would seem so. And for so much of the hour and 51 minutes, he's been by far the better player. He's had the answers, the patterns of play that he's employed. He simply has been able to unlock the key, unlock the door that Nadal has shut in so many players' faces on this court. 5 championship points. Novak Djokovic reigns in Monte Carlo. He ends Rafa Nadal's 8-year hold on this tournament. He ends Nadal's 46-match unbeaten streak at the Monte Carlo Country Club. And he wins the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters for the first time in his career. And look what it means. A man who lives just down the road from here can celebrate at home tonight. So impressive. Nadal's run is over. It's all about the world number 1. 6-2, 7-6 in an hour and 52 minutes.
Oh, just a stunning performance from Novak Djokovic from start to finish. It was perfection from the Serbian, executing his game so well. Backhand down the line working so well. Forehand working beautifully. Never let Nadal settle out there. Just showing how well he strikes that ball throughout the course of this match, taking it on the rise, and just caused Nadal so many problems. Just some of the numbers from the match. An hour and 52 of some of the highest quality tennis you'll ever see on a tennis court. A decent first serve percentage from Novak Djokovic, and winning plenty of points behind the first and second. Winners were outweighed by his, winners outweighed his unforced errors, and see where Nadal struggled there. 35 unforced errors. But for a lot of that match was outclassed by Novak Djokovic. Fantastic win.
Well, one of the finest records in all of sport has just come to an end here. An impressive run that may never be matched in tennis, so we shall see. Rafa Nadal's incredible streak is over. And full credit to Novak Djokovic. I just had that feeling yesterday, and I think Arvin by my side did as well. It just seemed to me yesterday in the last couple of matches he just upped his levels, Djokovic, and I just had a feeling he wouldn't let this one slip. Of course, a lot of it has to do with what's going on down the other side, but you do feel with Djokovic when he plays Nadal that he can play it on his terms.
Yeah, he really has the match on his racket, and you can see by the way he plays his points, the way he dictates the point from the back of the court. His court position is key on the clay against Nadal. He doesn't get bullied by that forehand cross court because he's able to take it on the rise. He's he possesses such a fantastic backhand down the line that he just it just nullifies what Rafa can do on the court. And when Rafa can't hurt you from the back of the court, when he feels like he can't get you off balance, then he doesn't have, I suppose, enough variety in his game to go to plan B. He fights so hard. He very nearly got himself back into the match by winning that second set, 6-5 up serve for it. But, you just look at the way Djokovic broke him that game. He just took the ball on. It was just a perfect game for him, and I think what Djokovic has achieved and will achieve is just amazing.
Bjorn Borg watching on. Swede. Yeah, look at that iPhone cover. That's impressive, isn't it? Unusual. Massive psychological blow for Nadal here as well, in terms of, I think, French Open for Nadal. Of course, there's still plenty of tournaments to come, but a big psychological barrier, a marker has just been put down for Djokovic. I think that was what it was about for me. I think that, that's how I felt it, having been here all week. Again, there was so much going on in the first part of the week with Djokovic's ankles and everything else. We didn't even know if he was going to be able to play. But once that was out of the way, it just felt to me as though he wanted to lay down that kind of just to say, right, this is the clay, this is my territory now. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did to some extent, and I think the conditions here for Novak, especially today against Nadal, were ideal. There wasn't much wind. The court was pretty heavy, actually. It hasn't been the warmest of tournaments. It has been warmer in previous years where the clay reacts a little bit differently with the ball. The ball kicks up a little bit higher, and Rafa wasn't able to kind of put that pressure on someone like Djokovic today because the ball just wasn't kicking up high enough, and Djokovic so strong around the shoulder and the head height that he was able to cope with that. And like you say, Nick, I think this was officially the first tournament of the clay court kind of season, and Djokovic will take so much confidence away from this week. Obviously, living just down the road now and beating Rafa on his home court, so to speak.
Well, I hope they've got something other than the Spanish national anthem to play, because we haven't needed anything else for the last decade. So hopefully they have got the Serbian national anthem. Of course, they'll play the national anthem of Monaco as well. So we see His Serene Highness.
Cérémonie de remise de récompense du Monte Carlo Rolex Masters 2013. Les trophées seront remis par Son Altesse Sérénissime, le prince souverain Albert II de Monaco, accompagné de la princesse Charlène, accompagné de Madame Elisabeth Anne de Massy, présidente de la Fédération monégasque de tennis, accompagné de Monsieur Zeljko Franjulovic, directeur du Monte Carlo Rolex Masters, et accompagné de Monsieur Francis Trucchi, directeur du Monte Carlo Country Club. En présence des membres du corps arbitral, des membres du comité du tournoi et des membres de l'organisation.
Tournament organisation coming onto the court, led by Mohamed Laoni, our chair umpire today. Thomas Karlberg next to him. And onto the court we welcome His Serene Highness, the Sovereign of Monaco, Prince Albert, alongside the Princess Charlene, his wife.
Finaliste du Monte Carlo Rolex Masters 2013, Rafael Nadal.
Not accustomed to this, not accustomed to going up first. But first it is. Second place overall. Still smiling. And they're going to have to come up with something a little different in the coming weeks, aren't they? How are they going to combat what happened today?
Vainqueur du Monte Carlo Rolex Masters 2013, il obtient son 37e titre, le 14e en Masters 1000, le premier ici à Monte Carlo, Novak Djokovic.
Winning for the first time here. What that means is only Cincinnati is missing from his CV as far as the Masters 1000s go. A hug for the man who rules his home country. At least the place he calls home. For the first time, Novak Djokovic lifts the trophy at the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, en l'honneur du vainqueur, l'hymne national serbe, the Serbian National Anthem.
Nadal will speak first.
Un petit mot avec les joueurs. On va commencer avec Rafael Nadal.
Bonjour, tout le monde.
Hello everyone.
Je vous dis merci beaucoup à Monseigneur Alberto, Madame de Massy, Prince. Merci beaucoup pour le support de la tennis.
Thank you very much for your support, Monseigneur, Madame de Massy, and Princess.
Just congratulations, Novak. What you are doing is just amazing. Congratulations to win, my favorite tournament. All the best for the rest of the season.
Bravo, félicitations Novak de gagner mon tournoi favori et bonne chance pour le reste de la saison.
I just can say thank you very much, all the people who really make possible this fantastic event. Director of the tournament, Jelko, thank you very much for everything. All the ball boys, all the security, all the umpires, all the people, all the volunteers who really makes this event probably the best event of the world. So just thank you very much to make me feel like this.
Je voudrais remercier toute l'organisation de faire que ce tournoi était fantastique. Merci à Željko Franjinović, merci aux ramasseurs de balles, aux juges de ligne, merci à la sécurité parce que vous faites que ce tournoi est peut-être le plus beau tournoi du monde.
And for sure, thank you very much. All the sponsors, without them is impossible have an event like this. So thank you very much all my team who really was supporting me for, since a lot of years ago, but last year was especially hard for me. So without them and without the support of all of you, all the messages that I received during that time was a very positive energy for me. So all the motivation came from you to be playing another time in this fantastic court and in front of all of you. So thank you very much for all of your support and see you next year. Thank you very much.
Merci,
I'd expect nothing less than a dignified response from a class act in Rafa Nadal.
Qu'ils ont fait depuis des années, mais aussi depuis ces dernières années.
I'm sure,
Et puis,
to
je
try
voudrais
and
vous
win
remercier
here
vous
next year.
particulièrement parce que j'ai reçu énormément de messages de soutien qui m'ont donné une énergie considérable pour revenir sur ce cours. Merci à tous. Au micro, Novak Djokovic.
Bonjour, Monseigneur, Madame Princesse. C'est un grand plaisir pour être ici. Je voudrais remercier tout le monde, toute l'organisation. C'était une magnifique semaine pour moi. C'est très, très, très spécial parce que j'habite ici. J'adore ce tournoi et j'ai beaucoup de soutien. Merci beaucoup.
Just Monseigneur, everyone, I wanted to thank you all. It's special to win that tournament here. I'm living here and have a lot of support.
Okay, that's all I know in French.
C'est tout ce que je connais en français.
Rafa, was a pleasure again, and thank you for allowing me to win at least once.
Rafa, merci encore, c'était un plaisir. Merci de m'avoir laissé gagner au moins un tournoi ici.
And I cannot ask for a better start of the clay season. I spend a lot of time in Monaco, so I know a lot of people, starting with volunteers, people who are taking care of the courts. I see them throughout the whole year, and we became friends after many years that I've been coming and practicing in this club, and it's definitely the most beautiful club in the world, and I'm just very privileged to be playing in it.
Et je voudrais dire à quel point ce tournoi est important et merci à toutes les personnes qui sont là parce que ce sont des amis, je les connais bien, je les connais très très bien, je m'entraîne ici régulièrement et qui font que c'est le plus beau club du monde. Merci à eux.
I mean, for sure it is. I mean, look at the view from here.
Regardez la vue d'ici.
I have to thank Željko, everybody from our organization, Madame. Thank you for your understanding and, I didn't know if I'm going to be a part of this tournament this year. I made a decision to play. It was right now the best decision I made in my life. So, so I'm really glad, and up to next year, thank you all very much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci à l'organisation pour votre compréhension. Merci de m'avoir aidé. J'ai pris la décision le plus tard possible, mais peut-être c'est la meilleure décision de ma carrière. En tout cas, d'avoir décidé de jouer ce tournoi. Merci à tous.
Good words from Novak Djokovic. And taking a couple of photos for the Serb. I'm sure he'll have a few celebrations tonight. Of course, a couple of weeks off for him now. Spent some time in America, of course, a long period in America. Overriding thoughts of the week, Half?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fantastic week, and you know, I think we got the dream final, didn't we? Nadal against Djokovic. I think that's what the match that everyone wanted to see. So much history here for Rafa winning it so many times, 8 times, but we always knew that it was going to be a tough battle for him, and Novak, it was a real treat to see him play so well in the final. Struggled in the first couple of rounds, and as he said, he didn't know whether he was going to play, and it was a real bonus for everyone, not only the fans, but see himself and his team being able to be fit just in time. And well, I must say, that the better man won on the day. In many ways, outclassed Rafa from the back of the court. I think we're going to probably see another special clay court performance from him this year.
So Novak wins here for the first time. As far as finals go, 37 titles now to his name for Novak Djokovic. And he improves his record to 4-4 on the dirt. But perhaps more importantly, more pertinently, snaps this one of the most truly remarkable reigns in sport. Not just in tennis, but across all sports. We may never see it again in tennis, who knows? Nadal is going to have to regroup, as I'm sure he will. And he'll take that trophy just down the road. Share the celebrations with his family, his team, and everyone else that is so close to this guy. A week that started with question marks by it. Will he be able to play with the ankle hold up? We spent a good couple of matches looking at it. Was it right? I'm not sure he thought it was right for a while. In the end, things turned out just right. And that is probably the shot that will adorn so many newspapers tomorrow, both here and abroad. Perfect way to start the clay court season for Novak Djokovic. Could not have asked for any more. Dealing a blow to the Spaniard. Other players that caught your eye this week, very briefly?
One standout for me was Dimitrov, actually. I thought the way he played throughout the week was brilliant. And I think we're going to see some great things from that young man, only 21 years of age. Possible top tenner soon.
So there's the schedule for the Masters 1000s. As I say, next we head to Madrid in a couple of weeks' time. Looking forward to that one. Red clay there this year, not blue, of course. We've changed back from that. We'll then go to Rome, 2 big events back to back. We'll then have a bit of a breather before a couple of Grand Slams take place. Of course, at Roland Garros and Wimbledon. Then we'll head to Montreal, Cincinnati, the only one that Djokovic hasn't won. Shanghai, Paris, and London round things off. It's been a fabulous week here in Monte Carlo, it really has. We have for the best team in the business working so hard behind the scenes. My thanks go to all of those people doing such good work. My thanks also go to Sam Gore and Arvin Palmer for their sterling work this week. My favourite week of the year, this one, no doubt about it, for another year. From the Principality of Monaco, Novak Djokovic it is that reigns. From me, Nick Lester, we'll say bye for now. Stay safe.